Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back another video from Annie News. So, random one. This one is called One of the Best Isekai Fancies is Getting an Anime, but and I have no clue. But I'm always down for recommendations, seeing what is potentially gonna be the next big thing, etc., etc. So let's check this out.
So, yeah, we got new seasons confirmed for Frieren, Tensura, Oshinoko, and Elusive Samurai, but
Cool.
what I want to talk about first is this. It was last weekend over at New York Comic Con that it was announced that the highly popular
The beginning after the end. Okay, no clue, but okay.
webcomic The Beginning After the End would be getting
Hey, I like the art. Oh, so is this like a... Is this a manhwa? Is this a manhwa? I think it's a manhwa.
its own anime. That's right. What is undoubtedly one of the most popular webcomics ever created is finally getting animated and brought to life for us.
Most popular?
In fact, on the site Tapas, where The Beginning After the End is published, it currently sits at over 36 million views total.
Whoa! That is a lot!
That's absolutely massive when compared to Solo Leveling, which is
23... What?
only at 23 million.
Only? Well, in comparison. Damn!
Now, obviously that doesn't take into account other sources too, but with a reported 150 million views total worldwide, that's certainly no small number to scoff at. So, what is it that makes The Beginning After the End so popular then? Well, whether it's the skillful blend of traditional isekai, power fantasy, and conflict-filled adventure, the emotional character-driven narrative somewhat similar to Mushoku Tensei, or the high-quality webcomic depicting all that with amazing art,
that art
The
does look
Beginning
good.
After the End has quite a bit going for it. I'm not usually one to compare Mushoku Tensei to just any series, but with the author himself saying he drew quite a bit of inspiration from it,
Fair
it doesn't
enough.
take very long to see why.
Ah.
It's mostly in the beginning and the way it turns into a coming-of-age story though, so everything after is very much its own. You don't need to worry about a Rudy-type character either, since where
Yeah,
Rudy
fair
is
enough.
hindered by the trauma of his past life, Arthur Lewin is instead one of the greatest warriors to ever live. He was this once noble king whose authority and power was
Oh.
unmatched by anyone. This results in two vastly different protagonists, since where Mushoku Tensei focuses on Rudy, his flaws, and his slow progressive character growth, The Beginning After the End presents Arthur as the opposite. He capitalizes on his former knowledge and exceptional experience, then uses them the best way he can to protect those he cares about.
Cool.
They both strive to live their new lives to the fullest, but Rudy does so in order to not waste his life a second time, while Arthur does so in order to maintain the relationships he never had in his past life. So, The Beginning After the End may be a bit more cliche when it comes to the themes it presents to us, but the way it does so is very much enjoyable. It wouldn't be as popular as it is if it wasn't. Why then is there a big cautionary but in the title?
Yeah.
Well, while you would think this amazing story has all the ingredients to make an even better anime, at the end of the day, it can only be as good as the studio making it.
And...
Unfortunately for us, that studio doesn't really have the greatest track record.
Okay. I don't... Right, what have they worked on?
It's coming from the people behind Studio ACAT, who, if you don't recognize, it's probably because they've only made really mid-anime.
Like...
There's Battle in 5 Seconds After Meeting,
No,
2022's She Professed Herself Pupil of the Wise Man,
Oh.
the girls' baseball anime Tamayomi, then a bunch of other okay fantasy
Hey, I quite enjoyed some of those episodes.
I've mentioned in my seasonal roundups before. Now, it's not impossible for Studio ACAT to whip up something amazing, but given these examples and the trailer, which wasn't anything spectacular, I don't think we're in store for a Solo Leveling or Tower of God Season 1. It's not the worst trailer since there is actual animation in it, but there wasn't anything particularly mind-blowing either. For me, this trailer just gave off the same vibe as all the other mediocre fantasy trailers.
Oh.
Animation and aesthetic aside though, the actual staff is somewhat of a different story.
Go on.
Reason being that, with Turtleme himself being brought on as an executive producer,
that's the author,
that means
okay.
he as the creator will have a direct influence over how his series takes shape.
And that is usually a good idea. That usually works out, so that's okay.
He unfortunately doesn't have final say like how he usually does, but he has gone on record to say he's working to strike a balance between what he wants and what the producers want. Something that's accessible to those coming to the series for the first time, while also doing justice to the rich world that is The Beginning After the End. This means plenty of Easter eggs to reward longtime readers, along with a strong base season to carry forward to multiple more. Apparently, getting renewed is the top priority for them.
Right.
Other staff include the director of Data Live, Katanagatari and School Days, series composition by the same person responsible for Absolute Duo, character design led by the talent behind Fate Grand Order and Black Clover,
Oh, okay. Down for that.
then OSTs by the same person who gave us the Danmachi soundtrack.
Yo!
So,
Sick.
even if the animation turns out to be a flop, at the very
Everything else seems to be on point. All right.
least we should be able to expect everything else to be okay. Well, at least that's what I'm hoping. In any case, the anime will start sometime in 2025,
Okay.
first bringing us a 12-episode Season 1, then another 12-episode Season 2 right after.
Oh, right. So it's confirmed for 2 seasons anyway. All right.
It'll be 24 straight episodes for 6 straight months.
Oh, so when you say in the second season, it's like it's a 2-core season. Okay.
Now, whether it
Damn, 24 episodes off the bat. Let's go.
succeeds like Solo Leveling or fails like Tower of God Season 2, ultimately
Whoa, what are you saying? What are you saying? I'm enjoying season 2 of Tower of God. I'm still watching that every week. God damn.
depends on everyone's reception to it. Luckily, it has a massive fan base already backing it, but as we saw with Tower of God, that's unfortunately not enough to sustain its popularity.
No. I'm enjoying it still.
If the anime's bad, then people won't watch it. And it would be an absolute shame for a series as good as this not to succeed. Especially with how passionate Turtle Me is. But yeah, that's a quick overview of the beginning after the end, and
Okay.
something to hopefully look forward to next year. There's plenty more to look forward to as well,
Frieren.
including the recently announced sequels like Frieren and Tensura.
Like, of course they were going to get sequels, man. Like, I was a bit like, because people were complaining about the episodes where it's just talking and that, but I really enjoyed it, so I really want to know what happens next. I always love more That Time Was Reincarnated as Slime.
We all knew Frieren was
Yeah, of course
inevitable,
Frieren
but
was going
only
to.
last month did they finally confirm it. It came alongside a small teaser and brand new illustration. That and confirmation Madhouse will be returning to animate it.
Cool.
So, though we don't have a release date or any other information,
At least it sounds
I think
right.
it's okay to assume Season 2 will be just as good as the first. It still sits
I'm only halfway through season 1 still, because there's some free room videos I want to check out, so I do need to finish it at some point.
comfortably as the #1 anime on Mal, and the overall perception of it hasn't changed since the day it started. I myself still need to finish it, but
Yeah,
that's
same.
something that we can talk about later. Or you can just roast me in my chat on stream on Sundays.
Brilliant.
Now, Tensura surprisingly confirmed its next season immediately, which if you've made it past Season 3 and all its meetings, I promise it'll be worth it in Season 4.
Sick. I felt like that was it. I feel like when seasons do that, it's setting up for something else. Yeah.
Yes, there was a lot of world building and politicking, but it's that proper establishment of the landscape which makes the conflicts all the more enjoyable.
Yeah.
Season 3 aside, alongside Season 4 was the announcement of a second movie.
Oh.
One that will more than likely be another anime original.
I don't think I've seen
It
the
potentially
first one.
pertains to the person in Rimuru's right eye here, since the identity of this character isn't really known by anyone. That said, it'll be interesting to see how they make it relate to the core events of the main plot. The Scarlet Bonds movie wasn't too bad, so if it's something akin to that, then I'll probably end up watching it in theaters anyway.
Yeah, if they show it over here, that'd be cool. I've not seen the first one though, but if it doesn't follow the story, then yeah, it's not too much of a big deal, is it? Is it on Crunchyroll? I'll have to check.
No release date has been given yet, but if I had to guess based on the spacing of the announcement and release
26.
of previous seasons, we're more than likely gonna have to wait a year and a half.
Yeah.
Season 3 came out 3 years after Season 2, but the announcement
that
itself was
long?
only 1.5 years ago.
Whoa.
So, based on that, I'm thinking that that's the bare minimum. Especially when they have to work on a movie too. Now, it wasn't just those two who got confirmed sequels, since
Yo, really? Wisteria, let's
Wisteria
go!
Wand and Sword also made an immediate announcement too.
Sick. Yes, that was so good. Wisteria was so good.
This was my favorite anime of last
Yeah.
season, so as long as the staff stays the same and the quality remains consistent, I'll be more than happy to keep keeping up with this. The other two sequels are Oshinoko and Elusive Samurai, so while both did just finish airing only last month, it's nice to see such high-quality anime getting immediate renewals like that. Oshinoko was definitely expected, but Elusive Samurai I assumed would take a while. Now that both are on the way though, it's two more high-quality anime to look forward to. Oshinoko already confirmed it's the same studio and staff as the previous seasons, while for Elusive Samurai we're still waiting. Either way, I can't imagine it's gonna be anyone other than the talented team over at Cloverworks. Lastly, I want to talk about Solo Leveling since we're actually only 2 months away from Season 2.
No way. Oh, that's so sick.
One, if you're going to watch the movie. Just like how Demon Slayer does with their seasons.
Oh, please air that over here.
Aniplex said they want some of that money too, and
Yeah,
have
yeah,
put
yeah.
together a feature-length film recapping Season 1 and showcasing Season 2.
Nice.
It's apparently a condensed version of Season 1 followed by the first 2 episodes of
Oh,
Season
mate,
2.
I'm down for that.
That'll be in theaters overseas starting December 6th, so if you really can't wait until January, then go ahead and watch the Reawakening film first.
Oh, mate, if they show that... Oh, mate, there's so many... Like, Overlord, I'm waiting for the cinema right by me to confirm when they're going to be showing the Overlord movie.
The new arc looks to be just as good as the first, so it honestly might
Yay.
be worth it to watch some of this high-quality action on the big screen. Either way, I think we're in for a nice long run with Solo Leveling as a whole. Something I hope can eventually be done for the beginning after the end. But yeah, that's some anime updates that I wanted to share with you.
Cool.
Let me know down below which ones you're most looking forward to. Now, if you're new here, I'm actually in the middle of covering ReZero and Danmachi, so
He
if you
is.
want to see
Cut
peak
content
fantasy in all its
videos.
glory, feel free to check out these videos here. But anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this type of anime content, then you already know what to do.
So, until next time. Ciao. Very cool. That looks very promising. Like you said, though, the anime studio, you never know. Sometimes the anime studios go, right, we've got a big one. Let's go all in. I mean, with all the other staff on there, with all the music and everything like that, and the character designs, whatever, you'd think they'd make it all go boom. Tensura, the time's reincarnated slime. Glad that is coming back. That is sick. And yeah, Solo Leveling. I really hope they show that in the cinemas around here. That would be boss. I'd love that. But yeah, anyway, thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video, I want to be able to watch Patreon-only reactions, such as the original Dragon Ball series. Link in the description to the Patreon page. $1 a month was all I asked to help support the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks for that. Thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. Because you guys, all you guys, next time.